course, there's been no investment in jobs for decades. Like, that's an absurd thing of like that anybody in the elite could sit there and think, well, if we only cut interest rates and we'll have more jobs, people will produce more and, invest more in the economy. Like when have they ever done that in the last 25, 30 years? They haven't.
Not at all. And this idea that zero rates appeared to fight the COVID is also fallacious. Zero rates have been in play for more than 20 years. The Greenspan put, which is the equivalent of a 0% interest rates, went into effect in the 1980s under Reagan. And the express purpose is to, as you point out, a very small minority of the exorbitant privilege of having world reserve currency, US dollar, benefit by zero rates, and they have for decades. So that article is replete with misstatements and obfuscation.
Right. And of course, we've covered before that China itself doesn't want the reserve currency. They're happy for the United States to do this because they know it's easy for the elite to sell out the mass for this, but it destabilizes the society. And that's why China doesn't want to have the reserve currency. Not that they even could, like, who knows. But right now, like, we are in a quagmire. We are in a global quagmire. And that's why we keep on referring to the fact that the IMF itself is the one that called for a new Bretton Woods. So here, however, the elite with the exorbitant privilege, all of the privilege of the economy, including the exorbitant privilege, they go on to say, for some, in fact, it would be crazy not to hedge against zero rates, which are actually less than zero when adjusted for inflation. Tesla boss Elon Musk was quite candid about this. Quote, when fiat currency has negative real interest, he tweeted, only a fool wouldn't look elsewhere. And Mr. Musk, whatever else might be said about him, is no fool. Nor is Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, which is why she pledged on Friday to keep a close eye on Bitcoin and other speculative phenomena. We urge her and other regulators to heed what these markets reveal about the real-world consequences of current monetary and fiscal policy, positive and negative, intended and unintended. So they're picking up exactly what we had said only a few weeks ago on Keiser report, that Bitcoin is revealing the truth of the situation all around us. All the most participants in this economy get is Fed speak, right? Which tries to obfuscate. And of course, the Fed speak is intended to keep animal spirits alive and just keep consuming, keep buying. So this is revealing the true state. And that's what people are concerned about, who are in the exorbitant privilege class.
Right. What did Christine Lagarde mean when she said Bitcoin's offering an escape valve?
Yes.
Right? So what Elon Musk is doing, he's escaping these negative interest rates, these 0% interest rates, by buying Bitcoin. Same thing with Michael Saylor, who kicked off the trend in the CEO suites of corporate America. And the fact is, as we've been saying now for 10 years or more, that capital will always flow to where it gets the best return. That's a law of nature. Just like the sun rises in the east, capital will go where it's treated best. What we've had in the last 25 years or so is collusion on the global central bank level, who kept interest rates low and offered no competing rates anywhere else in the world. And Nomi Prins writes about this in her brilliant book, Collusion. But Bitcoin came around and offered that escape valve. And now there's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Now there's a way out of the collusion and the 0% interest rates. And what started as a trickle is becoming a torrent. It's